Now we are going to see how to install the DCMexplorer in our Rational platform. First we must verify that the DCM is running in System I. Opening a Telnet session. We check that the DCM400 subsystem is running, and the job that provides the communication between the System I and the Rational. As we can see, all subsystem and job are running. We are ready to install the DCMexplorer add-ins in our Rational developer for Power System. We have to execute the installer like administrators. Select the platform. In this case I use the Rational 8.0. Also select the additional modules. Select the directory where is our Rational software and wait to finish. Okay, now we start to run the Rational. The first time can take a little, because it must decompress all the add-in from the DCMexplorer. Now select the workspace you want to use. Maximize and go to the workbench. Once we are in there, select the DCMexplorer perspective. Now we can see some of the new windows and labels. Label for Repository, Navigator and Package Explorer. Now select the repository label so we can create one. In the repository we can define the connection attributes to connect our Rational and the System I. Where is running the DCM400, we type the name to identifies the connection, the IP, the server name and the default user profile to connect. Now select My Requirements. The Explorer will request my password. I type mine and wait to see all the requirement I am working with. Opening one we can see all the object I had assigned for that request. Here we can see objects from System I, or even object from other platforms. Standing on one object we can select to see some attributes, like the objects that uses this one or the object used by. Also can see the script used to create this object or the versions implemented. Now we close this menu and opens the object menu. Inside we can see all our applications and the object in each one. We select one and exploited all object as a list and all packages defined for the application. When we see none means that there are object in the application that not belongs to any package. Now we open the menu assigned objects to list all the object I am working on. We can see objects from several platforms, like Unix, Windows, Linux and System I. As you can see, we have options to view the same attributes that in my requirement, like, for example, the script used to create the object. We can select one and opens the windows with the complete command. Now I am going to open the projects or packages. The Project O package acts like a container for software pieces. Here we can see a package that contains a Java project for Tomcat. All the classes and libraries. Now we open a package with objects for System I. As you see, we can combine all platforms in one perspective. Let's take a look on what we can do in the repository. We can scan inside for certain objects and watch the results of that search. For example, objects names that start with some characters, and source type CLP, and in development. In the DCM search label we can see the result of the search we just do. We can view all the package that contains object with the criteria and none, that means the objects that not included in any package. We can access to the menu like in other views. Other options is the facility to watch the log of the job connected to our Eclipse and format like a spool file. Or like messages. We can access from here all the spool of the user connected. Also can open the file. This is useful when we want to see the result of a compilation. Now we close the window. From repository we can also execute commands and the job assigned to my connection. Select the command window. It's open a label where we can see all the connections defined. Select one and type the command. We can write the command and use the F4 to prompt, like in System I. Now in the label DCM status we can see if the command was executed successfully. Let's go to the repository properties. We can see the library list in the connection job and change it. We can change the connection timeout. Now we are going to import a package so I can edit source and change objects. Here we can see the progress of my request. We can let the job running in background and see the advance in the status label. The DCMexplorer is now importing all the sources and objects without sources, so we can assign and change. As we can see in the navigator label, we can see the status and the user assigned to. We can also hide the temporal objects. Okay, that's all the far we go in our first visit. There is more to see. Wait for you in the next chapter. Bye.